Hello, hi. Today we're gonna do free one question readings again. I'm wearing the tie dye that I made a week ago. I'm really proud of it. I like how it turned out. Um, and we're going to do these readings. So, as usual, if I see your question and I'm drawn to it intuitively, I will answer it. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with them and do readings at the same time. So, I will do my best to get to your reading. And donations are prioritized. So, if you want to get to the top of the list and you want to make sure you get seen, then make sure you donate. So that is something. The future is not set in stone, so everything is subject to change. But these readings are based on the current path that you were on. And what else do I have to say? I'm just getting this out of the way. I do not do anything regarding health or law or legal stuff. Anything I'm not qualified to answer, I won't do. Probably not going to stay on here as long today because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little tired, but I also feel like I have enough energy to channel into your readings today. And yeah, it's been a little dramatic today for me. So I hope things have been smoother for you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kesvin. Nice to see you. Hi, Nella, Nellica, Nellic. Sorry. It's nice to see you. Okay. You can pay via Super Chat if you'd like. Also, just want to mention, you guys, if you want to book a full reading with me, you can on my website, zoethepsychic.com. I offer a variety of options. And also, if you are going to ask me the same question again, like if I've seen you yesterday and you ask me the same question, you might get a different answer because the universe needs time to manifest and do its thing. And you also need time to put in the work. And, this is about clarity. So make sure you ask me something different if you were just here. Hi. So if anyone wants to ask me a question, they can. Welcome. Make sure to subscribe in case they don't get to you. Okay, Tainita, I'd appreciate a message on finding a job in the next month, please. Perfect. Let's see what comes up. Is there anything in particular you'd like to focus on? Like, whether a job is coming through for you or whether I have any advice on how to find a job? It might be better to narrow it down, but I can also just see what the cards have to say. So it feels like, I don't know if you're in law or something very official. I'm getting a very official job for you. It feels like you have a very strong sense of morality, like a moral code. With Amit, this card comes up when there's justice being involved. So I feel like karma is coming up for you, like karma is serving you a job. Karma wants you to be to have this job, to have this career work out for you. I feel like this is not a time where things are, going in circles or beating around the bush. Like fate is sending you a job. And I just feel like it's something that is more put together, kind of like a person that makes decisions, maybe for a company or works in HR or something like that. It feels very much like you're making very strong choices and overseeing things. And the Thunderbird is an indication of success, a feeling of respect, earning people's respect, stepping into shoes that you're capable of filling. I feel like people will respect you. It's a position of power and leadership. So I feel like you're like a boss bitch, honestly. This is a really beautiful time for you to become powerful. Like I'm getting with the Muse reversed. A lot of this will come down to your perspective and how, I know this is kind of cliche, but staying positive. I feel like you can get a little carried away, but this is telling you that this is the time where you got to be realistic about things. Don't let yourself, be caught up in, the what ifs. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of like very interesting, like legal or like contracts being signed. It feels like a contract being signed. It feels like something in an office. Like I see you having your own office or having your own space. It generally feels like you're on top. So, yeah. Let me see if I see anything else for you. Yeah, don't be afraid to push boundaries a little bit when it comes to job interviews. I feel like the more you're able to kind of circumvent the system, the better. Like if they say, we'll call you back in this amount of time, don't be afraid to call them back first. Show that initiative. I feel like also you're someone who's pretty good at overseeing chaos for some reason. I just keep seeing you overseeing chaos. It's interesting. Like I feel like you could handle a lot. And that's the energy. It's just you handling a lot, you being practical, down to earth, making very important decisions for a lot of people. And earning their respect, but like deserving it. Yeah. So I'm excited for you. All right. Yeah. Yeah. A reaction king. I used a different picture for today. All right. Let me see. Gaze insights. How can I handle my stepbrother and two sisters in the current wrangles? And when does this end? So there are two questions in there. I'm going to answer the first one. How can I handle my stepbrother and two sisters in the current wrangles? This feels like a very vague question, so I'm just going to give you whatever the cards say. Okay, cause and effect. There are consequences to everyone's actions. It feels like you may not even have to do anything because it's catching up to them. I feel like things are catching up. Oh, you know what? Stephanie, I see you. I'm going to get to you next. I'm sorry. I did not, it just passed me by. I will get to you next. I apologize for that. Okay. Let me just finish this up. So yeah, I feel like you don't really have to do anything because I feel like there are consequences to their actions. It's almost like this was reversed. It's like they tried to become bigger than they were capable of. This is interesting. It reminds me of that myth, I don't know if you know Icarus, like the guy who got too close to the sun and he just kind of fell, even though his dad warned him, don't do it, right? This feels like that, like a reckoning for them. This feels like they're going to get what's coming in a way because they're going to have to face their own actions. Yeah, his wings melted. That's right. Thank you for that. It feels like they tried to like do something that was too close to the sun. Like it's a similar situation. So I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about something you have to do because I feel like they're going to burn out. They're going to face consequences for whatever situation is going on. And I actually see, I don't know why, but I see you making money or like making something off of this. It feels like you're being given an opportunity out of the situation. Yeah. It's interesting. Like, I feel like because they're dealing with this stuff, you're going to have the long end of the stick. So, That is the energy I'm seeing. It feels like this situation is not over, but at the same time, it's going to, like, they're going to fail, you know? Like, they can't reach their goals. So that's the energy. The question was very vague, and I honestly don't have the capacity right now to, like, zoom in on it. So, but if you want to book a reading with me, you can, to dive deeper. All right, I'm going to move forward. And I see you, Nella Nellick. Sorry. I need to know what your name is so I don't keep messing it up. Can I just say Nella? Okay, so Stephanie is next. And then I'm going to say Nella so I don't keep botching it. Okay. I'm also feeling very tongue-tied today. Okay, Nella. All right. Okay. Hi, is my dentist interested in me romantically? This reminds me of that episode from How I Met Your Mother. I don't know if you've seen that. But anyway. All right. Dentist romantically. I'm getting very romantic vibes from this person. I actually feel that. Yes. I'm getting the 10 of Cups, which is like the love card, you know? When it comes to romance and this card comes up, you know there's love there. You know there's like romantic interest, potential, endless potential. The Knight of Swords is someone who acts, someone who wants to take action. I feel like this person could definitely want to ask you out or be very interested in you. And the Queen of Wands is a woman who's very attractive, very fiery, very, big personality, but has that intensity, that fire. And I just feel like this is a really good sign for somebody who, if you're asking if this person is into you, I could totally see that. I could see it turning into something. And I feel like they're hesitant because I feel like they want to do something about it, actually. I could see chemistry forming. So that might be something you want to look into. But obviously, if it's your dentist, you got to be a little respectful. Wow, I swear if it wasn't for the psychics and my besties, I wouldn't even notice. I mean, I'm telling you, like, there's something here. So your besties are onto something. Sometimes your besties are like the people you should trust the most, right? They can see things that you can't. You're welcome. All right, Nella, let's see. Let me find your question. I know it's up here. Okay. I'm thinking lately on my ex person, good and bad things. Can you please check what's going on between? Oh, you woke up with songs that remind you of him? I'm sorry. Okay. I feel like when you hear music that reminds you of your ex, it's a very emotional thing sometimes. It's very, like, melancholic. Okay. So for your question, are you asking if you want to know, like, I'm just trying to get to clarify. You want to know, like, what, if they're thinking about you or what's going on between them and you? I feel like the question's a little bit not phrased well. So if you could just explain. Like, you want to know if he's thinking about you or also feeling this way? Let me know. You woke up singing? I love that. Okay, so, all right. I see you, Tammy. I'll answer you next. Okay. All right. So what I'm getting is this person is definitely meant to be on your path. I feel like this is not the end of the line. I could see this person really still caring for you, but I feel like they're in an exploration phase. I'm getting like this person being like a twin flame or somebody that you've known in past lives. And there's definitely like, it feels like you're supposed to have met them. You know, it feels like something karmic with the star. This gives me like this person was on your path for a reason. There's something really energetically important about this situation and a really special situation. I do feel like this person is definitely on their own journey and they're not really focused on like, you know, on you right now. It just feels like they're focused on their own happiness, their own life, but they're very much still thinking about you. It's not something they've forgotten. And I do feel like they lost themselves a little bit in you. I'm getting a lot of emotions coming from them, actually. I'm getting some unconditional love. Like I see them feeling, I do see them wanting to feel the way they felt with you again. You know, it feels like they had something with you, but they want it back. I'm getting that they do have some regrets of how things ended. And I do feel like maybe they didn't take you seriously at the time, or they're just like in their exploration phase. But I feel like this is actually something really special. So I don't want to give you false hope, but this does feel like there's a lot of love here for you. Like this person hasn't forgotten the times that they spent with you. And I feel like they're a little bit of a martyr. Like maybe they can't accept that they also deserve love. They deserve to be with someone who makes them really happy. And it's part of the reason they are in this like maybe exploration phase where they're figuring out their life, right? So it does feel emotional. It does feel like this person was really happy with you. Yeah, I could see that. I see them really looking to feel that way again. I hear, I want to feel that way again. I want to love that way. Yeah, I definitely feel like he was happy with you. I do feel like he like got lost along the way. You know, I'm getting, I lost myself for a little while. But there is a feeling of coming back in. It feels special. It feels like you were meant to meet. It feels like destiny to me. So I'm going to move forward, but thank you, Nella. All right, Tammy. All right. My cat is licking my notebook, and it's so weird. That is not food. That is not food. It's not even dinner time. Why? It's like she likes eating ink or something. Please don't. Okay. All right. Moving on. Tammy. Yes. Okay. I'd like to know what is my husband, is up to. Like to know if G ever regretted leaving his daughter and I behind. The more you talk about this, G, the more you talk about your husband in general, the more I don't like him. But let's see what is going on with him. My feelings really don't matter in this anyway. All right. I see him being very attracted to another woman. It feels like there's no, like, I'm not getting a lot of regret coming from him. This is the end of the line. The death card means the end, you know, letting go. This person has let you go. This person isn't thinking about you in that way. The 9 of Cups is giving me like this person generally like is focused more on their own desires, you know? And that I also feel like they've kind of justified their actions. Don't eat my keyboard, please. I feel like they've kind of justified their actions by saying like, oh, we were too young, or this, it wasn't the right time, or we were just being immature. And they could tell you were going through a lot, and they just felt like they weren't being seen, which is a lot of the excuses men make when they leave, right? But I do feel like they felt like what you had was a little toxic. There's that energy, and I feel like they couldn't grapple with your emotions and the amount of emotional space that you took up and your daughter took up. So it just feels like you're making the right choice. You know, you did what you had to do on this path, but I do feel like this person doesn't have regrets. They just have justified it. You know what I mean? Like they have telling themselves, oh, we were just too young, or oh, you know, I know I was just this distraction from your pain. Oh, you know, I'm seeing them moving on. It does feel like it's really unfair because they're kind of getting what they want, you know, and they're leaving you in this situation that was really not ideal for your own success. They set you up in a way for not being happy in many ways. The chupacabra comes up when there's a lot of fear, you know, this victim mentality, pointing fingers, using someone as a scapegoat, not really taking responsibility for your own actions. And that's the energy I'm getting from him. So, yeah. I hope that makes sense. Guys, welcome if you're here. I am taking questions as they come. I do prioritize people who donate. So if you want to go to the top of the list, you can donate. If you do donate via PayPal, let me know, because sometimes I don't get these notifications. But I am here for you. And as far as the questions go, I will take them as I see them intuitively. Thank you, Tammy. I am so sorry you're dealing with this. It sounds like this person really just bulldozed over your heart, and it's not okay. So, hi, Cece. Let's see. Did you ask your question? Yeah, I'm sorry to those of you who I didn't get to yet, and I will do my best to get to you guys if I can. Cindy. Okay, how does Gaetan feel about me? Thanks. All right. Okay. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. This is couple energy. I feel like they see you as a romantic interest. I could see you being in a very strong relationship. I do feel like there's some sort of trust issues that they have, but I could see them being a soulmate. I see them being your soulmate. I see them being in a relationship with you. I see them wondering if you're happy, worrying about your happiness, thinking about you. I do feel like you're important to them. And I do feel like even when you're not with them, it feels like they're thinking about you. I keep seeing, I wonder if you're happy without me. I feel you even though we're apart, you know? I lost myself for a little while. I let these negativity, these emotions take over me. And I feel like the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups are so compatible, because the King of Cups can hold space for the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is this really beautiful, powerful, attraction. So I think this is a good sign for you. I'm just getting a lot of it's not even about lust. It feels like love. It feels like this person really sees something with you in the future. So that's the vibe I'm getting. The only thing I'm seeing with the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords indicates conflict. There's some tension. It could be a feeling of distrust, a feeling of they're being tentative. But I do feel like this is a positive situation for you. And I'm getting that they're thinking about you even when you're not there. There's a need for you to be happy. So that is the energy. Woo! Can I have a card message from him? Let me see if I can get anything coming through. Let me see if anything else comes through about you. I'm not really sure if I can do channel him right now. Express your love. This feels like this is a time where you shouldn't hold back. This is a time where you should be telling each other how you feel. Yeah, be open. Your heart matters. Listen to it. That is the energy I'm seeing here. So you're welcome. De rien. Okay, moving forward. Mais c'est beaucoup mieux, hein, cette fois. Okay, so let's see. We have Nella. Sorry. Okay, I put CC. So Cindy, Nella. Okay, we'll post in the comments. Let's see. I'm looking for your question, Nella. Did I don't think I have. You have to put it in the chat. I can't access the question. Okay. I traveled this week and now I'm in another country. What do the cards want to say? Where to spend this weekend? Post it. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. So I keep seeing flowers. I feel like there's a need to be around some kind of celebration. I'm getting somebody, you actually running into someone potentially. My birthday is actually, but it's so fast. Oh, happy birthday. Can we all say happy birthday to Nella? It's my birthday. Okay. It's going by so fast. I don't know where I'm cutting. Okay. So it does feel like I see you getting compliments from somebody. I'm getting that this could be I keep seeing a museum and I keep seeing flowers. So I would check out a museum or flowers. This is the time for you to milk it. You know what I mean? I can't tell you exactly where to go because I don't know where you are in it's really hard for me to do the location. Should I stay here where I am? Let's see. I don't see you needing to stay here where you are. Are you asking me like what city you should visit? Is that the question? I feel like I'm not understanding your question. You want to know like what city to travel to? Or like I really don't understand what you're asking me. Like what sightseeing to see, or like if you should stay in that city or travel back home? Should I stay where I am on travel or go back home? Okay, let's look at that. Because I don't think I was understanding what you were asking me exactly. All right. So I'm looking at each option, and I feel like it depends on what you want, but I'm getting that if you stay in the city, it's going to be a really fun time. I see a lot of like dreams coming true. It feels like things are not over here. But if you go home, I just see you kind of wishing that you hadn't made the sacrifice. So it feels more like a sacrifice, okay? So that is the energy I'm seeing. I feel like you might want to stay if you want to experience a better experience. Yeah. But I can't tell you what to do. That's not my job. I can only tell you that I see your family being important back home, but it would be like sacrificing something. Yeah. Yeah. So, Kay, you're welcome to donate. You can donate via the chat, super chat, or PayPal. I prioritize donations. I see you, Tammy. And then, yeah, if I don't get your, if I don't see your donation, I'm just reading questions as I take them, as I see them, because I can't like keep track of everyone. I don't have that bot or whatever. So I kind of take the questions that I'm intuitively drawn to when I'm done with a reading. But you're welcome to either book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com, or you can ask your question and try to get it seen. Okay, so Tammy, and then I have Manduxo. And then Kay. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, so that's the order: Tammy, Manduxo, and Kay. All right. Let's see. Just wondering, husband was very violent with me. Is he going to do the same with the other woman he's involved with? Okay, this is bordering on questions I don't necessarily feel comfortable answering. I can tell you, I'm going to tell you whether I see this person maybe repeating behaviors, but I don't want to get into any sort of violence. That is just not my my code of ethics as a reader, especially when it comes to a third party. Okay, Tammy. So I'm going to do my best to see what I see, but I don't want to broach that. It's just part of my, personal moral code. I feel like this your husband's going to be more passive aggressive with this person. That's the energy I'm getting, is passive aggressiveness. It doesn't feel like maybe they're going to be super violent. I see them being passive aggressive, like the victim, you know, that kind of energy. I don't see them. I could see some guilt tripping. But yeah, I don't feel like there's a lot of violence. But, you know, that can always change. I actually feel like this time around they're trying to do things differently. But yeah, I can't really read this. So going to move forward, but I hope that was helpful. I just get a lot of like harboring resentment, passive aggressiveness, feeling like they have to drag things out on the person, maybe stonewalling them. That's the energy I'm getting. All right, I'm going to move forward. Mandoxo, and then I see you, Ivan, after K. All right. Mandoxo, what is your question? Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if you asked it. Okay. Yay, happy birthday. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Did you ask me the question? If you could just repost it, that would be really helpful. Okay, my question is about Jay. What do I need to know about the future of this new connection? And I wonder how he feels. Okay. Interesting. All right. I feel like there's a lot of whirlwind energy coming through. I'm getting the 5 of Swords reversed, which indicates some tension, some conflict. The 6 of Cups reversed, which indicates holding on to the past. And then the Devil, which indicates kind of like an obsession, a little bit toxic maybe. But let's look at how they feel. I feel like this person, don't eat my keyboard, please. Sorry, my cat has weird food things that she likes to do. I feel like this person is really working on themselves, but I do feel like they're not maybe giving you everything. I don't think they realize what they're looking for. I keep saying like, I want you, I want to be with you, but I also like don't show people that we're together. I don't talk about you. I don't tell my friends about you. I'm working on myself, but I don't know if this is going to be what you want to hear. I'm just getting a little bit of like toxic patterns coming up of dwelling on the past or bringing things from the past into a relationship. I feel like this is something that I just have to mention. But overall, I just feel like this person maybe wants you, but they're flirting with you. They're not necessarily serious about you. So that's the vibe I'm getting. And I'm sorry if that's negative or it's not what you want to hear. But I just got to be real with the cards. It feels like there's a lot of like lightheartedness. But is it love or does it turn into love? I'm seeing a lot of like toxic patterns that need to be worked through. So let me see if I can leave you with any other advice. Yeah, I mean, the cards are saying, you know, this is not going to be easy, but you might want to take this leap of faith with them. It's just that right now it's like they're not in a stage necessarily where they can give you what you're looking for. So that is the energy. This might be a good time to put yourself out there more. Okay. And I will probably have to, after Ivan, I'm probably going to take a quick break so I can eat something, because I do not want to give you guys a hangry reading. So just keep that in mind if you're going to donate. But yeah, I'm sorry, Mandoxo. All right. Okay. It's your turn. So let me see. What is your question? If you could post it again, that would be really helpful. All right. Me and currently my ex, Azwa, in New York on vacation visiting my friend Jenna. We only broke up 2 months ago, but she already has someone already. Will we get back together this trip? All right. Interesting. I feel like the tarot cards are calling to me for this one. I don't see you getting back together on this trip. I feel like this is a really powerful time, though, to reflect on what you're actually looking for. I feel like this person is maybe this idea right now, but they're not actually grounding you. They're not what you need necessarily. I feel like you'd have to work for it really hard. If you wanted things to get better with them, it just feels like I'm seeing you very alone. I see the Hermit card. Yes, I see the Queen of Pentacles, but I also see the Nine of Wands reversed, and it feels like there's a wall, a barrier here that you'd have to work really hard to overcome. So that's the energy I'm seeing. I don't feel like this situation is about getting back together. It feels like, yeah, it just feels like this is a time of figuring out what you want and who you are. So that is the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, this person is very set on the idea that they're not the one for you. So that is the energy I'm getting. And I see you, Tammy. I'm going to read you after Ivan, but I'm going to get, like I said, I have to get a snack first, because if not, I won't be able to function. So yeah. All right. I'm going to move forward. Okay. Ivan. Okay. Is there love in the near future? Have I met them already? Thank you in advance. Let us see what's coming through. Well, first of all, let me tell you, you're on the right path. I feel like the wait is definitely coming to an end. I feel like passion is coming through. I don't see it being love at first. I feel like it's going to be like passion, excitement. It doesn't feel like some kind of really serious situation. I see you giving a lot of yourself, putting in a lot of effort, but I don't see this being like a serious situation. I see a lot of passion, a lot of lust, excitement. It could be very steamy. I don't know, but I'm getting that this person is someone you're meant to meet. I see them on your path, but I also feel like they could potentially just be someone like a lover, you know? That's the energy I'm getting. Is like lover energy. Yeah. They may not be the healthiest person to stick with. So that is what I'm seeing. But I do feel like there's somebody that you probably met in a past life. You'll feel a strong connection with them. It's just that don't let yourself get too serious with this person. That's the energy. It feels like passion is coming through, but also things are not exactly what they seem. So I would really need to get to know this person if I were you. Okay? So that is what I'm getting. I will definitely be back, and I will read Tammy when I get back. And I see the other one you sent, Tammy, so thank you. I hope that was okay, Ivan. But that's exciting. I mean, it means that there is someone coming through for you. It may not be like the one, but I do feel like this is going to be a very interesting period, you know, when it comes to love. And it all happens for a reason, you know? Okay. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm ready for you. Let me know how it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be back. I will probably be back. Let's see. It's 6:46. I will try to be back in 10 minutes, but if not, I will see you at 7 because I have to eat something, but I also, you know, don't want you to wait too long. So I'll try to keep it to 10 minutes. But yeah. Okay. Also got to feed my cats. All right, I'm back. So I'm probably going to have to leave again in a minute because it turns out, anyway, I probably will have to leave around 7:30 and then come back again, take another quick break, but we're here. We're here. Okay. So I had Tammy and then Valerie. Yes, Valerie, right? Yeah. Did I? Wait. I think I did Ivan, and then it's Tammy, then it's Nella, right? Or wait. No, I already did Nella. Sorry. All right. Oh, did you post again, right? Okay. Okay. Figuring it out. Okay. Okay. So Tammy, Nella, and then Valerie. Thank you guys for people who are here. Welcome. I am doing one question readings, but if you do donate, you get put to the top, and I am going to, I will prioritize your reading. Okay, didn't you already donate before? I think I did your reading, I believe. So I'm seeing, I did Mandoxo, Kay, Ivan. Now I'm doing Tammy, Nella, and then Valerie, and then, So I already did your question. Okay. Let's get grounded, okay? All right. So let's see. Tammy. Okay. I'm just wondering. All right. I see. Did I miss one? Oh, okay. So I did answer the question about the other woman. Okay, so I'm going to answer how much healing is remaining before I can finally move on and meet my next real partner. Let's see. And I'm going to add Mystic Wolf to the list. If you guys do donate via PayPal, make sure to let me know. Okay, because I don't always get the notifications. All right. Okay, Tammy. All right, how much healing is remaining before I can finally move on and meeting my next real partner? First of all, I'm actually seeing you in a situation where you can put yourself out there. The Chariot is giving me someone who is in a place where they're progressing, they're moving up, they're going the extra mile. I feel like part of the reason you're not meeting this person isn't just about healing. It's about putting yourself out there. Seeing the Nine of Pentacles, somebody who is pretty much in a place where they're okay, where they're at. It indicates someone who has it, who has what they need in order to be happy. But now it's about igniting that spark, extending yourself a little bit, reaching out. The Ace of Wands is about, initiating. So you might have to be the one to take on that divine masculine energy and initiate. I feel like healing is something you do in tandem right now. I feel like you're getting to a place where you can put yourself out there more, where you shouldn't be this afraid of letting your heart feel things, you know? Yeah, the warrior reverse is telling me this is like the chapter of your life is ending. It feels like a new one's opening up. You're in a new era of your life. So, as far as healing goes, I don't feel like I see you healing. Of course I do. I mean, you've been through so much and you're dealing with so much right now. Like, duh. But also, I feel like you can start putting yourself out there. There is a spark igniting in you, and I do see you meeting someone. So, I think that's really beautiful. Okay. And let me see. I have Nella next. Yeah, because I think that's the question you asked me, Tammy. So, all right. I hope that made sense. Hi, Nancy. All right. I get some water. I won't be on here tomorrow, just so you know. Okay. Let me see. Nella. Can you post it? Okay, you posted it already. Let me see. Can you maybe write it down again? Sorry. It's people are posting and I decided to stay where I am, foreign city where I was on exchange as a student. What can I expect for the weekend? Some guidance. Okay, so now you wanted to get into like events. Is that what you want during the weekend? Like what you're looking forward to or anything coming forward now that you've decided to stay there? Just clarifying. Okay. Whoa. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of like playful energy. I think you have to be careful about getting yourself into some being naive. I feel like you're in a situation where I see fantasies happening. I feel like somebody is coming through. I could see you meeting someone. I actually feel like there's an energy of reconciliation coming through. I don't know why, but I see maybe you meeting someone that you knew there or that you're meeting there, but this is someone you know. I keep seeing like this pineapple and pineapples can indicate, pushing boundaries a little bit, or it's that safe word for a lot of people. So feeling like you can put yourself out of your comfort zone, but also don't get too caught up in it. Don't get naive. Protect yourself, okay? I do feel like this is a time for connection, though. I'm seeing someone admiring you, someone that you maybe, somebody wanting to flirt with you. I feel like somebody is coming back in your life, which is interesting. So I don't know if this is someone that you've met recently on this trip, but it feels like this is an exciting period. And I feel like you have to, like have fun. This is about having fun. I'm seeing the opportunity to maybe go to a party or go to some kind of celebration. I keep seeing flowers around you. I literally just got this card covered in flowers. So I feel like that's another confirmation for me that there are flowers. I don't know if there's like gardens or botanical gardens or something near you, but it does feel like there's a lot of colorful energy. So that's the energy I'm getting. I love this. I'm getting flowers again. Flowers. I'm seeing a bouquet. Like there's something here. Maybe someone's giving you flowers. But yeah, I do feel like this is the time to put yourself out there and allow yourself to be free, have fun. There is just this energy of be careful not to get swept up in the fantasy, you know? I also feel like I'm seeing a desk. I'm seeing desks can often represent like work or feeling like you have a sense of responsibility. Do you feel this guy from the first reading today, X person? Let's see. No. This feels like someone different. Getting the death card. This is like, it feels like that's over, you know? I still feel the star. The star is like, it feels like this person's going to be put on your path. So hold out for them. I'm getting these major cards, right? The death card, temperance, the star. Like these are cards of major transformation, of finding someone that balances you out. Sorry. This card flew out at me, the Knight of Cups. This indicates somebody coming through, somebody flirtatious, emotional. I feel like, yes, I feel like things are just, you have to kind of lean into the fairy tale, the delulu of it all. Don't let yourself get too grounded in reality or you're going to miss out, basically. Push some boundaries. I feel like there's some kind of freaky behavior here. Like, I don't know, but it feels like you're going to be pushed into a situation where you're going to have to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to go with it. But yeah, I definitely would look at like botanical gardens or maybe go to the park. It feels like nature's calling to you. I could also see this being like an exhibit of some kind. And I keep seeing also, I don't know why, but I keep seeing an office. So yeah. Make the most of this experience, you know? But yeah, reconciliation. This could be like a floral shop. This could be like a wedding. It feels like someone's throwing you a bouquet, honestly. So we shall see. But that's exciting. All right, Nella. Okay, Valerie is next. You there, Valerie? And then Mystic Wolf will be. Hi, do you see me move home before kids start new school? Okay, let's see. I am getting home. I'm getting a sense of home. So yes, I would say yes. But obviously, like, you have to put your energy into it. And I do feel like it's not going to be easy. The Nine of Pentacles is giving me home energy, feeling like comfortable, feeling like you're going home. And so is the Knight of Pentacles. But the Three of Swords is really giving me this vibe that it's not going to be an easy situation. Like, you might have to be careful of what you're going home to for some reason. So that is the energy. Housing department is looking for one for us. Okay. Well, that makes sense of where this Three of Swords is coming up, because it feels like, it feels like it might not be the best situation to go into, but I do see you finding a home. I see you being offered support. I just see this person here feeling like they have to support you, but also not necessarily being able to do it in the way that you want. So, yeah. It's not an ideal situation, but I do see home involved, so that's my answer to you. That makes sense. Yeah. I want to be more positive about it, but I got to be honest. While I see you being comfortable, I don't see this being like anything straightforward, So I'm glad that, you're able to seek out this help, and yeah, totally supporting you there. I'm wishing you the best. All right, Burton is after Mystic Wolf. Welcome back, Burton. Okay. Mystic Wolf, whatever comes out. Let us see. Ooh. All right. I feel like life is lifing for you. It's time for you to start making long-term plans, because the path you're on right now is not going to stay this way forever. So it's about really creating ways to make this sustainable. Let me see what else comes out. I feel like you're somebody who's naturally distrusting for some reason. I'm seeing like a lot of skepticism when it comes to like trusting new people in your life. There's this feeling of, you are able to see people for who they are right off the bat. I feel like you have just this natural intelligence, natural intellect, where you know people. Like you've been there, done that, people. There's this energy. So when you can see the truth in people and you can read them so well, it can feel hard to let yourself connect with people, to see the best in them. So there's this natural skepticism coming through, but I do feel like you're going to have to work with people you don't necessarily trust. And I do feel like the dark period that you've been going through is coming to a close. It's like I see the sun rising for you. I feel also, I'm getting this mountain. I could see you maybe even literally going on a mountain or traveling to a mountainous area. But I do feel like mountains often represent overcoming hurdles, overcoming, overcoming challenges, because you have to get to the top, So right now I feel like you're on that ascent, you're on the situation where things are maybe uphill, but they're getting better for you. So I see a lot of overcoming things and you being on the road to success, you being on the path to success right now. And I also feel like there's a sense of support, like maybe you're leaning on someone for support, or kind of like they're a crutch for you. So that's interesting. Smoke Ivor, I don't agree with you. Mountains, I mean, they can mean a lot of different things to different people. I guess symbols are subjective. Yeah, I feel like, and I'm getting these hearts. I feel like this is the time, where there's marriage maybe, or love coming through. It feels like a lot of happiness. But when it comes to like relationships and people in your life, this can be beautiful. Yeah. I love how I said that. And then I keep pulling cards that are hearts. So interesting. Confirmation. I feel like choosing the right partner, choosing the people in your surroundings are going to be crucial to your happiness and your success right now. Like, what is the energy you're surrounding yourself with? I feel like that's going to be important. And how much are you leaning on these people when you could also be giving to yourself? So, yeah, lots of different messages coming through. Keep getting that horseshoe. Horseshoe is a really positive, powerful symbol of luck, of success. And I see you like being in a situation where you might have to forgive someone who knocked you down. I don't know. That's the energy coming through. So I hope that resonated with you, Mystic Wolf. But I'm just telling you whatever comes out. So you're welcome. Okay. Burton. Oh, I see you, Tammy. I will answer you after I do Burton. And guys, you are welcome to book a reading with me if you want to dive deeper into these situations. I do like in-depth readings on my website, zoethepsychic.com. Oh, cool, Mystic Wolf. I'll check out your, situation. I'll check out your channel. All right. Let's see. Should I take the day shift, PM crew opportunity at work? Let's see. What do we have going on here? I keep hearing, I'm good. Like, you don't need it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it would improve your life from what it already is. So I would say, I can't tell you what to do, but what I'm getting is that I don't see this like improving your situation at all by taking the shift. I see it kind of you staying where you're at, but just having to make more difficult decisions about your life. It doesn't feel impactful in any way, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel impactful. The Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, it just feels like I'm good. I don't need to be making this decision. The Ace of Swords is like, yeah, I'm good. I don't know. There's this energy that's coming through. So you could, but I don't see it changing anything in your happiness, your finances, your life. In fact, I feel like it could just bring up more discomfort. So that's the vibe I'm seeing. All right, Smoke Ivor, I feel like you're just like trying to start shit right now. So I'm going to take you off because I don't feel like it's conducive to, this environment. It's not really healthy. This is a safe space. So hide. Thank you. Yeah, guys, like this is not a space where we're like criticizing each other. Symbols are very subjective, I feel like, like I could say see a lion in a reading, and that could mean something very different to a different person. So I'm reading the way I know the symbols, but if something resonates differently for you, then take that, interpret that. You know what I mean? So mountains might mean one thing to this person, or they might have read it somewhere, but there is no like right or wrong answer for this. You can't just tell me what a symbol means, because that's what scrying is. You're reading different symbols. They might resonate differently with different people. I might say, oh, this owl represents wisdom, but for you, you might have had seen an owl at a zoo when you were younger, and it meant something completely different. You know what I mean? So there's so much here. Let's not judge each other. Let's be safe. Let's be kind. Okay? Yeah. You're welcome to donate, Kay, if you want. For more, I will try to get to people. I think I am on Tammy now. Did I already read Tammy? Oh, okay. This happened a long time ago. My dad said he will leave me the house, but someone interfered. Was I supposed to get that house? Let's see what comes up. I agree, Mystic Wolf. I think that his energy is like, he's clearly like in this zone of where people come on here sometimes and they try to tell me that I'm doing things wrong or gatekeep. And I just don't think that's conducive to anyone's success or happiness or healing. So thank you. All right. Yes. So are you supposed to get that house, Tammy? Things happened the exact way they were supposed to. With this 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, I feel like the more you think that way, the more you're going to dig yourself deeper into a situation or like a state of mind that isn't healthy. I feel like things happen the way they were supposed to. Like good things wouldn't have happened from keeping that house. I'm getting a lot of self-sabotage, a lot of self-deception when it comes to the situation. And I feel like I know your situation a little bit when it comes to your living situation, but I feel like, and it's not ideal, obviously, but I can tell you're where you need to be right now because it's all happening for a reason. And no, I don't see you being meant to have this house. It worked out the way it should have. I feel like if you had stayed in that, if you had gotten this house somehow, things would have been way worse for you. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yay. That means a lot. All right. I see you, Kay. Let me see. So, what is your question? Can you maybe ask it again? A Quen. All right. How will the trip till August 3rd be here in America? Okay. August 3rd. You got some time here. A lot of be very unpredictable. But also, I just feel like this is going to be an amazing experience for you because this is going to be a time of where you're learning a lot. I'm seeing you learning. I love how I got the Wheel of Fortune reversed and then I got the butterfly. And it just feels like this is a time of transformation for you. Oswald wants to leave earlier to visit her new girlfriend. I'm telling you that this is not about the girlfriend or this is not about Aswa. This is your time. Okay, so make the most of this. I just don't like the current energies. We used to be a strong friend group, Jenna. But since our breakup, she sides with her and we're still in her house for the upcoming weeks. This doesn't feel like it's really about that question because I feel like this has more to do with these interrelationships, I'm getting that from you instead. So I think we're going to focus on that here. Yeah. The energy that I'm getting is things are very unpredictable. Like I said, I'm going to look deeper into your situation. Got the Knight of Cups. You're going to have to set some pretty strong boundaries. I'm getting a lot of like defensive energy, feeling like this person doesn't want to dive deeper. They don't want to hear you out. I feel like this is not the time to. It feels like this is a weird position to be in because you're kind of caught in the middle of something and you're trying to keep it together. You know, with the Masquerari, I feel like there's a lot of projection going on and you're actually trying to keep it together. But I do feel like this is the time for you to like let yourself be seen. You know, don't put up with things that you don't deserve, right? I do feel like this is a time of maybe defensiveness, of somebody walling you off because they don't want to give you the time of day. And I feel like you're hiding your true self. Exactly. But to be honest, you are hiding part of yourself. And when you get this card, it's like you have to be your authentic self. You can't enjoy your trip if you're holding all this in, you know? You have to be able to be yourself. And that is what the Masquerade is all about. So if you can't be yourself, then there is no point in you staying there or enjoying it, right? I do feel like no matter what happens, you are being protected. There is some kind of spirit watching over you. So you need to be able to allow yourself to feel the things you're feeling and express them and let that mask down. There is no point in trying to be defensive. There's no point in trying to fight this. I get it. And I can tell how your situation is a little tragic, if I'm being honest. But I'm telling you that this is not the time where you should just take it, you know? I feel like a lot of things that are happening are projections from other people onto you, and you don't deserve that, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, your feelings are really valid, you know? It's very valid what you're experiencing. And like, you're in a situation that is just so weird, honestly, so abnormal. Like, the pain you're feeling, it makes sense. You know, what you're experiencing is really real. It's savage. I'm getting a lot of like wild energy, things that you can't tame this, you can't keep it in, okay? You're going to have to somehow release it, but I feel like it's going to come out no matter what. So it's how you go about it that's important. I feel like you are protected though, you know, and you are like, I feel like a wish is being granted to you. Start being yourself. Honor how you're feeling, okay? That is the advice from the cards. There's no getting around that. Honor your own intuition, your own feelings, and focus on enjoying your experience. You know, we have nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. Focus on, you're in America, right? You're here. Let's do some stuff, okay? There's such a focus on these interactions with these people, and you're not able to be yourself. You're withholding a lot of energy because you don't want to upset the balance. This is not you, right? You're not this person, but you can be true to yourself. So, yeah, you can let yourself be who you are. There are consequences, right? And the more you hold it in, the more it's going to get worse. I'm telling you. You have to be able to shift, you know? It's not easy. It's not what you expected, but yeah. Like I said, my advice is take off the mask. Get real. Get real. This is all projection. Get real. then you have to honor what you really want. You clearly don't want to be there. You clearly don't want to be in this situation. There's a lot going on that is not about you. It's not about you. It's on them. So focus on yourself. Then you're going to have to find a way to focus on yourself, focus on the here and now, and stop letting them and their projections onto you affect you. That's all there is to it. Get out of the house or wherever you're staying, okay? This is not the end of the world. You're going to get through this. I keep seeing you going to a diner or a cafe or a restaurant or something and trying things on the menu that you've never tried before. Seriously, go enjoy it. You shouldn't feel like you're being stuck here on vacation, okay? This is not the experience that you came here for. You are not honoring your intuition. And what I'm learning here from this card is that you have been. So should I put my focus off all of them? Yes. Focus on yourself. Focus on removing this mask. You've been keeping it all in, you know? It's time. Let it go. Take that mask off. We all play roles that we think we need to do in order to appease other people, but this is about you, okay? So if you can't be yourself around them, then they're not your friends. If you can't be accepted for who you are and how you feel, then these people are not your friends. And I get it's hard, but you're in a situation that is hectic. But these people aren't your friends if they can't accept who you are without the mask. Because you need to be yourself. It's affecting your mental health. It's affecting your situation. You're on vacation. You know, you're in a situation with your ex, which is wild, right? So you have to focus on you. And that's painful. That is painful. You know, I get it. So people who side with your ex, they're not your friends. They're not allowing you to be you. They're not uplifting you. So there's only so much I can say here. I feel like I've said most of it. The amount of defensiveness coming from them and from you is a lot, right? You gotta be able to let yourself be. Take off the mask. That is you have to project your truest self. And if they don't like that, then they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. All right, I'm going to move forward, Kay. But it sounds like you know the answer. I feel like what you're dealing with is really hard, very painful, and these people do not deserve you. The energy that you are putting into this is not worth it. Okay. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to read Tammy next. I believe that's where we're at. Oh, I see you, Burton. All right. So I'm going to read Burton and then Tammy because I don't remember who did it first. All right. Why am I dropping all these cards? All right. Yeah, good luck, Kay. Okay, Burton. What do I need to hear about Victoria? Does she like me? Here we go. And then I am going to take another quick break because I actually didn't have dinner when I left. I had to have a snack because my dinner, I didn't get a chance to finish it, making it. So, but I'll be quick. I'll be very quick. All right. What do I need to hear about Victoria? Does she like me? Interesting. All right. The card that gives me this, the Lover's Reverse, is giving me like this person is messing with your feelings a little bit. I'm saying I regret lying to you. I knew exactly what I was doing. It feels like a little manipulative energy coming through. The Sun, the Seven of Wands. It feels like this person may come across as very, like things are very good or they're not telling you everything. But the Seven of Wands is giving me like this person has set very strong boundaries or defense mechanisms around themselves. And I do feel like they think very highly of themselves. I feel like they've led you on a little bit, Burton. There's an energy of them crossing a line with you or appearing more positive, appearing more like smiley around you when they actually don't feel that way about you. But yeah, there's this energy of like, I know that I'm maybe not being the most authentic version of myself with this person. So yeah, I would say that this person isn't, their feelings aren't for you. They're more like, I know I have a sway or I know I have a hold over this person and I'm not being honest with them about that. It feels a little manipulative because I feel like you're getting the sense that everything's good, but this person knows what they're doing. There's some manipulation I feel going on. So that's what I'm seeing here. See, I pulled out the Sun and I was like, damn, this is really good. And then it just, you can't read it by itself, you know? All those readers that say you can read one card. I don't think they understand tarot. Yeah. I can see that. I can see why people told you to move on. You know? It just feels like she doesn't care in the way you want her to. I don't see her liking you, and I feel like she's got her own, she's like, I do see some form of manipulation or not being honest about herself with you. So I'm sorry. All right. I see you. Infinity. I have to read Tammy and then I'll add Infinity Zone. I'm doing my best to get to people. If I don't get to you today, I will try to do it next time. But I'm prioritizing people who donate, but I am taking free questions when that in between. I see you, Joseph. So from now on, guys, after I do Joseph, I'm going to take a quick break. So I got Tammy, Infinity, Swan, and Joseph. All right, Tammy is next because I'm getting very hangry again, and that is not fun. I got blood sugar problems. All right. Do you see any of the residents in our community would be a good friendship or wanting to be friends? Let's see what comes up. Why did I put my tarot cards all the way at the end of my desk? That's weird. I'm seeing a family, like there's a family that lives near you that I feel like you could be very close to. I could see them really like supporting you and taking you in, honestly. I don't know if there are pets allowed in your building, but I could see them having a dog. There's this energy of like that they want to support you. They could be really good to you. But I also feel like people are moving out. The Eight of Wands is giving me like energy of people leaving that you could be friends with. So, yeah, I would look into who this family is. Let me see if I can get any zodiac signs for you. Okay, I'm getting Pisces, I'm getting Sagittarius, and I'm getting Cancer. So that is coming through. I do feel like there are people, there might be someone from another country who speaks another language that I'm getting. Yeah. Interesting. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Tammy. I do not, I don't think I can go into detail on the live right now, but that is what I'm seeing. Okay, infinity is one. I'm going to move forward, but best of luck with that. Will Marcus be in my life for a long time? Interesting. Is there religious stuff going on? It feels like religious factors might be getting in the way or might be making things more complicated. There's something very like traditional about this, but I'm getting that this energy is like this person could be the one. Like I see them in your life for a very long time, but I feel like commitment's very important here. So yeah, I could see them being in your life for a very, very long time. I feel like this person is giving me soulmate energy. I feel like this person is definitely not going anywhere, but I do see religious factors influencing things. So, yeah, I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's the vibe. Okay, moving on. Joseph, okay. I'm interviewing for 2 jobs right now. One is remote. The other job is in the office. Oh, I'm so glad Infinity is one. I don't know why I want to say Infinity Stone. Maybe I watch Marvel too much. All right. Hi, I am interviewing for 2 jobs right now. One is a remote job. The other job is in the office. Will I get an offer from either one? If I get an offer from both jobs, which one would be better? Okay. Let's look at that. And then, guys, after Joseph, I'm going to take a quick break just to eat something so I don't die on the inside. All right, Joseph. Let's look at the remote job. Okay. Immediately getting vibes that the office job is the one that's going to give the offer to you. I'm seeing a lot of passive, disinterested energy from the remote position. So that is what I'm seeing. Yes, Tammy, I already did your reading, so if you want to rewind, you can. But yeah, I don't see the remote job working out for you very well. I don't see an offer coming from them, but I do feel like the office one is really coming through. I just would be a little careful because I feel like your boss is maybe a little toxic. They're pretty controlling. But I do feel like overall it's going to go well. Like I'm getting the 9 of Cups, which is the wish card, very positive. I feel like you're going to get what you need out of this job, but I would just be careful of who you have to work for. Yeah. I do feel the offer coming through, but for the office job. And like I literally got the Ace of Wands, which is a new offer, like a new beginning, someone giving you an opportunity. So that is what I'm seeing. So as I said, after Joseph, I'm going to take a quick break. Elaine, I will read you after I get back. If you're not here, you can definitely watch yours back. But I will be back at, let's see, it's 7:53. So I'll probably be back at like 8:05. I apologize for this, but I am a human being and I have needs. Tammy, I did your reading already. You can go back and look at it. I promise. It's there. I'm sorry you missed it. But yeah, so Elaine will be next. And then I will come back, okay? All right. I'll be back. Okay. All right. Oh no. What happened? You guys see me? Let me see. This happened yesterday too. Am I here? Do you guys see me? Let me know. Okay, good. All right. I see you, Elaine. I see you, Valerie. I got you. So I'm going to read that in those orders. Let me see what I see. I apologize for this. I do this thing where I turn off all my electronics early, usually, like they go off at 8. So I have that timer thing on my computer, and then I just have to turn it off. All right. I'm glad we're all here. All right, Elaine. Let's see. General reading. Okay. This is a time where I feel like you need to ask more questions. I'm seeing you in a situation, especially when it comes to like love, where you might need to be asking the right questions. Let me see. I also feel like you need to relax. I know that's kind of basic, but there is an energy of like you being very uptight about things. And you're gonna, if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to relax. I feel like you need to investigate. There's a lot more to your situation than you realize. And you need to like look deeper into the situation. I'm also seeing someone that's like very stubborn or aggressive, maybe getting like talking to you. It feels like this is a situation where this person is very hard-headed. I don't know. There's an energy of like this person doesn't want to listen to what you have to say. So that's coming through as well. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. I just feel like you're in a situation where you have to ask the questions. You have to make sure that you don't let yourself be swayed. And the Three of Swords reverse is giving me someone wants to heal. There is a forgiveness coming through, but it's taking a lot of time. So I know this is kind of random, but the path you are on it's working out, but I feel like you are just taking a while, and you need to forgive. And I do feel this need to do your research, investigate, see things from a different perspective, take a different angle, a different approach, because the way you're going about things may just not be working. This is the time to, I keep seeing, this energy of like this feminine presence in your life that may be holding you to a higher standard than you want. So there's that. Like maybe you're being put on a pedestal. There's this energy of like having your standards a little too high or their standards a little too high about you. The expectations need to be lowered, because if not, it can kind of limit you, So yeah. Yes, Mom. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's the basic read I'm getting for you. Oh, hi, the Storytime Kitchen. Welcome back. I'm going to add, so Valerie is next, and then I'm going to add the star seed. All right. How does it feel? Hi, does it feel like we will be happy in this new area? Yes. Yes. Let's see. Give me a second. I see you, Tammy. I will add that to the list. All right. Does it feel like I'll be happy in this new area? Oops. The Five of Wands is giving me conflict. It's giving me a feeling like you can't get a word in for some reason. But the good news is you have the Six of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. This feels like healing. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving, give and take. I feel like you're finding that balance. So I do see this being a good thing. I feel like it might take time for you to get out of the bad situation, but I see you getting, like, I basically see you being handed a better situation, a better life. So that's the energy I'm getting. Yeah. Yep. I feel like you won't be able to start moving forward or healing until you move. And you might have to take handouts. You know, the Six of Pentacles, literally, it's about giving a lot more than you're taking sometimes. It's about that generosity and maybe relying on that. So I can see that. But overall, it's not a bad message. It just means you have to face this reality that what you're coming from, it's not healthy, you know? And that doesn't just, there's not just this moment where it clicks and it all becomes happy and everything. So, yeah. I'm going to add Tammy. Oh, yeah. Lux Bang. Tammy. Let me see. And the story time kitchen. Yeah, sure. If you want to ask me a question, you can. I haven't seen you in a while. I'll add you after Tammy. The story time kitchen. Thank you for everyone who's here. I am taking free questions, but I am prioritizing donations. So if you donate, you will get put to the top of the list. All right, Lux. Oh, Tammy, sorry. Wait, no. Okay, Lux Bang. All right, how will it go with Landon when Landon and I meet in person? Ooh, let's see. Will it be fireworks? Interesting. It will definitely not go the way you think. I'm getting a rocky start. It feels like the expectations are very high. And I could see this person maybe not meeting them. I feel like this person is not being honest with you. I'm getting some deception. Like, I feel like they have, I don't know if they're a pickup artist or they're a little shady. It feels like they're dragging things on or leading you on a little. They're not being authentic with you. That's the vibe. But I do see someone new coming through for you too, so I don't see it being Landon, but yeah. Interesting. I know. It does feel like they're not being honest. I'm seeing them really not being in a place in their life where maybe they're ready for a relationship where they can support you. It feels like they're dragging things on, like they're leading you on or dragging things out. I'll show you. We've got the Ten of Swords reversed. Like it's not like it's all lost, but it feels like, like a struggle. And then we have the Artist. And a lot of the time, the artist can indicate someone who's like, like the starving artist or the person who's trying to like appear like they have it together, but really they're in that stage where they're like figuring it out, designing their life. And then we have the Hangman, which is giving me like being in limbo, being stuck, needing to really make an effort for things to fall into place. And then I got Deception. So this person is not necessarily being honest with you or straightforward. It doesn't necessarily mean like they're going to be like this evil person, but they might not be forthcoming with you about their circumstances. Let me see if I can see what they're being deceptive about. That might give us just some more answers. I'm seeing a woman in their life that they have feelings for. So this could be another woman. I'm getting that this is like an earth energy. Yeah, I could see this being like a Capricorn. I could also see this being a Virgo. And I'm also getting like Gemini energy and Aquarius energy. So I would think about it. I would be tentative. I'm not saying give up, but I also feel like this is a little warning from the cards, okay? I'm getting strong feelings for another person. And I also feel like I'm seeing them at a party or something. I don't know. It doesn't feel like the celebration is about you. So that is what I feel like they might be lying about. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. I don't know if they have a wife or a serious person in their life that they have feelings for. The Well. But that's the energy I'm getting. They might try to convince you otherwise. I'm getting that this person is probably really good with their words. So I'm sorry. I'm not like, I'm trying to be super honest about what I see. This is what the cards are saying, and I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you the best. I feel like communication, something is off about this. Okay. They're not communicating something to you. So let me know how it goes. It might change, but that's the way I see it. All right. Good luck. All right. Doing Tammy next and then the Storytime Kitchen. I had a run-in with a resident in my building and he told me off and vandalized my car. Who are these people you live with? What the hell? I used to work with him, but I had to file a case against him. Why does he think it's okay to treat me this way? I'm going to pretend you didn't tell me you filed a case against the work. I don't mess with anything legal, but it seems like the question is more about why he thinks it's okay to treat you a certain way. So I'm going to focus on that. Why is it okay for him to treat you this way? I feel like the energy is that he just is... I'm getting the Queen of Swords, the Moon. I feel like because he doesn't fully know you, it's like he doesn't feel bad about it. You know, like because he doesn't fully know you, he doesn't have to feel bad. Yeah. I do feel like there are some moments where he's like, ooh, shouldn't have done that. Like there's some regret. But it does feel like he's miserable and he's projecting that onto you. And that's the energy. It's like hurt people, you know? People who are going through something, they project that onto other people and they make it a problem. And that's, you know, awful. But he wasn't acting out of his higher self. It was a very low point. So that's the vibe I'm getting about that situation. I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to do the Storytime Kitchen. Thank you, Tammy. Let's see. What is your question? Oh, you're formulating your question. Okay. Let me know what it is. For those of you who are tuning in, I am answering free questions. I take them as I see them. But if you want to be on the queue, if you want to make sure I do your reading, then please donate. That's how you get to the list. But yeah. So we're waiting on Storytime Kitchen right now for their question. I don't see it. The Storytime Kitchen, I don't see your question, so I might just take someone else in the meantime. Okay. Oh, you're trying to donate. Okay. I'll just wait. So guys, how's your day been going? I think like today for me was very dramatic. I had some pretty emotional stuff come up. So I'm a little emotionally drained from that personally. But I'm really glad I'm here trying to help you guys. That's great, Harshita. I'm so glad. I feel like, you know, this is Mercury in retrograde. You know, it's in Cancer, right? And I feel like that is one of the worst places for Mercury in retrograde to be in, because Cancer is so sensitive and like they're naturally going to take things the wrong way, naturally going to get like oversensitive or overreact. I feel like it's really challenging for a lot of people. So, okay, I'll start with the first part of the super chat won't play ball. I'll maybe have to owe you the second part. Okay. Yeah. Feel free to ask your question. But yeah. Ooh, Sai has moved in with you. Okay. What is it that you want to know? Cancers are very sensitive. The person that I was just seeing is a Cancer moon, and I've never dated anyone that sensitive before, and I was really taken aback by it. And I found it refreshing at first, you know, but I also feel like it's something that a lot of Cancers have this wound that they need to heal from. So nothing against Cancers, but I do feel like if they're not fully healed, it's going to be hard. Okay. The Storytime Kitchen. I'm wondering if it's just a retrograde and if things will get better, but I'm feeling an inequality in effort. Much is promised, but less is delivered. Okay. So let's get clear on your question. I feel like I'm giving much more than I'm getting, and it's starting to get me down. I'm so sorry. That is really hard. You want me to just look into this situation or see what's, I don't know. My question is, have I good cause to keep investing and supporting this? Okay. Let's see. The orator came up, and when the orator reverse comes up, it's about communication, but it's also about like false confidence. Like when you tell one little white lie, it spirals into a lot of little lies, and it becomes worse and worse. And in your situation, I feel like this is saying, you know, it might start where you can put up with one thing or another thing, but it will spiral. I'm seeing it spiraling. And I feel like this person might be saying like, oh yeah, I'm saying something to like appease you in the moment, but they're not actually, you know, following through or maybe necessarily even meaning that. There's no depth behind it. And I do feel like there's a lack of commitment with the Hierophant reversed. So I can see why you might feel this way. And then I've got the Eight of Wands reversed, which is giving me like things happening very slowly. And I love how you said there's not a give and take, because the Six of Pentacles reversed is literally this imbalance and give and take. Like there's a dynamic, a power dynamic that this person is taking advantage of. Okay, I'll get to the other one in a second. I'm just going to answer your first question. I'm reading it real quick. That's so weird. All right. So I think, you know, as far as investing in this situation and continuing to put your heart and soul, you know, into the situation you're in, I feel like it's not going to necessarily improve. I just feel like it's going to spiral. Like this person is saying what you want to hear, you know? Yeah, I just feel like you got yourself kind of in a mess. This feels like a mistake. When I get the full reverse, I just feel like it's a mistake. You know, it's a risk that was taken that didn't pay off, wasn't wise. So, okay, I see you. Yeah, so that's my answer to the first question. The second question, let's see. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you is about Charles. A reader did a horrible thing to me where they told me I won't tell you what's coming towards him because it's so good you couldn't handle knowing about it. So I found myself crying last night because the person I'm with isn't Charles, and I've been wondering a lot since then what is coming towards him after the 29-year-old he's with now. That's insane that she did that, or he did that, I don't know. I'm so sorry you went through that. Well, should we ask the cards what is coming towards Charles and see? I hate that for you. Okay, I don't even know. It just sounds very unprofessional. All right, what is coming towards Charles? Interesting. Literally, like deception. This feels like cheating, or this feels like he's pushing forward, but his relationship falling apart. Right? We have the Eight of Wands and the Lovers, this push for freedom, and then the Judgment card, which is like a reckoning. So I can kind of see where this reader was coming from when it comes to like maybe good things happening to Charles, where I feel like he's going to get out of a bad relationship, right? But I also feel like part of it is because he's so controlling, you know? I see him being in this like needing to let go of control. And the Enchanter reverse comes up when this person has a lot of lying to get off their chest. They have to deliver that news. So I feel like there's a lot of deception going on, cheating. And I feel like he has not been honest. This other person that he's been dating, I'm seeing her not being honest. I'm seeing her leaving him for another person. I feel like he's been trying to hold on to this with a very tight grip. You know, I feel like he's not, there's this, he's trying to force something to happen that isn't working. But the positive thing for him is that in the process, he's learning, he's growing, right? The Judgment card is about an awakening. It's realizing that, you know, the universe is telling you something. So there is something, that's the only powerful thing I feel about it. But overall, the trickery, the deception, like this is not a card that is saying good things are going to happen to Charles. No, I feel like he's trying to force something that isn't going to come true. Let's see. Let's see what I see. I love how that got deception again. I don't feel like he's going to get happily ever with someone else. It's not coming through for him. The Ten of Wands is him being saddled with his actions, his burdens. I see him carrying those. I could see this becoming an internal thing, like him carrying regret or him feeling ashamed. So, yeah, I don't know what this other reader was thinking. I don't like that for you, but I'm telling you, like, Charles is not thriving. I feel like he's trying to force something to happen, and the universe is like, nuh-uh. Learn from this, dude. The Ten of Wands is like, you've got to carry all the shit you've done. The Enchanter reverse is like deception. We have let go of control issues. Like there is something here that he has to see. You know? I don't see him coming back to you. I don't see that. I feel like the energy is that he's figuring this out. His ego is so bruised from all this. The Six of Wands reverse. Like he was on cloud 9 1 minute. I see him feeling like his ego was hurt. Very insecure person. Okay. So, deep breath. Let's push away this negativity. Okay. You can't build your happiness on the back of someone else's misery. Exactly. Exactly. All right, y'all. I should probably get going. But this was really, really nice. I liked connecting with you guys. I probably will have to come back during the weekend. I'm very excited about that. And good luck for Mercury in retrograde. And I hope that you have a nice day. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can at zoethepsychic.com if I didn't get to you. Or you can subscribe and come back for another video and I will try to get to you. I couldn't get to everyone today, but yay. Okay. Well, have a good one. Thank you for being here.